So, you've procrastinated studying for finals until the week before, and you've just now started to panic. Don't worry, you're not alone. And no, it's not too late to crush your finals. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the foolproof plan that'll help you knock each test out of the ballpark and finally begin the summer you've been dreaming about. Stick around to the end of the video for the most important factor in beating finals week. Let's get into it. Tip number 1. Prioritize high-yield topics. This is not the time to start from chapter 1 and relearn the entire course. You need to be smart, not just busy. Start by asking yourself, what topics have come up the most this year or semester? Or, what does my teacher keep telling us to review? Or even, what was on the midterm or the last few quizzes? These are what I like to call high-yield topics. These are the topics that are most likely to appear on the test, and they're where you need to focus most of your energy on. If you're lucky, the teacher might even give you a review sheet. If so, make sure to read that thing religiously. But even if they don't, you can often relearn the finals topics by either skimming through old review packets, or the textbook summary sections, or just old tests in general. These are the gold mines no one tells you about. And here's the key. Do not waste time reviewing things that are rarely tested. At this point, your goal isn't to know everything. Your goal is to get the most points possible for the time you have left. So make sure to get what you can. Tip number 2. Make connections and visualizations. Once you've narrowed it down to the essential topics, it's time to actually remember them. This is where most people go wrong. They either reread notes or just highlight random stuff and call it studying. You actually want to build connections and use visuals. Try turning lists into charts or transforming information into diagrams. Maybe create a mind map of information that surrounds a certain topic. One of my friends even writes different history facts in different colored markers on her mirror. When you make connections, you give your brain handles to grab onto. You teach yourself to memorize one storyline with 10 pieces built in, instead of memorizing 10 isolated facts. And if you're a visual learner, drawing things really helps you understand the material. When your brain can see the information, it'll stick way better. Here's a bonus tip. If your final involves vocab-heavy subjects like biology and history, try the Feynman technique. Explain the concept in your own words like you're trying to teach it to a kid. And if you can't do this, you probably don't fully understand the topic yet. Tip number 3, simulate the stress. So you know how you shouldn't run a marathon without ever trying a long distance run? It's the same thing with finals and exams. You have to practice like it's the real thing. Once you've reviewed the material, get your hands on practice problems, old exams, and even questions you make up yourself. Then, this part is crucial. Put yourself in the actual test conditions. Here's what you need to do. You need to set a timer, you need to remove distractions, sit at a desk, and no notes and no breaks. Doing this will train your brain for the pressure of the real exam. You'll catch yourself rushing, forgetting formulas, and just going blank on questions, and that's perfectly okay. It's better to mess up now than on test day. And don't just check if your answers are right. Understand why the wrong ones are wrong. That's where real improvement happens. Also, time management. If you run out of time during a practice, adjust your pacing. Learn to move on when you're stuck and come back later. Finals aren't just about knowing stuff. They're about being strategic under pressure. Tip number 4, sleep. One of the most important tips, if not the most important, is getting adequate sleep. Cramming at 3 a.m. is not the move. You need to go to bed. You might feel productive in the moment, but without sleep, your brain can't retain or retrieve information properly, and you're going to be cooked on the exam. Sleep isn't a luxury during your finals, it's actually a part of your plan. During sleep, your brain literally reorganizes and strengthens memories. So if you learn something and don't sleep, then all of your hard work will be for nothing. Aim for at least 6 to 7 hours, but go for more if you can. And try to review tough material before bed. That way, your brain can lock it in when you sleep. Oh, and don't take your phone to bed. Instagram and TikTok are going to be there after your finals, so just don't let it ruin things. Long story short, finals week feels like a boss battle, but remember, you're not starting from scratch. You've been learning this stuff all semester, even when it feels like you forgot it all. With smart, focused effort, you can pull it together. What matters now is what you do next. So take a deep breath, make your plan. You've got this. I'll see you then.